If you're a student in 2025, your tablet is just as important as your textbooks. We've tested and compared the most popular tablets for students, so you don't have to waste time on endless reviews. And to save you even more time, we've included links to the latest prices in the description below. Let's jump right into the list. If your top priority is handwritten notes, the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is one of the best student-friendly tablets out there. The 10.4-inch screen is just the right size for reading PDFs or writing lecture notes, and Samsung includes the S Pen in the box, no extra cost. Writing with the S Pen feels incredibly natural, almost like jotting things down in a physical notebook, which is why so many students prefer it for class notes or sketching diagrams. Inside, the octa-core processor paired with 64 gigabytes of storage handles day-to-day student tasks like browsing, assignments, or even casual gaming smoothly. Battery life is another win. You can easily make it through a long day of back-to-back lectures without needing a recharge. Students we spoke with consistently mentioned how reliable it felt, especially for fast note-taking when professors move quickly. The one drawback is performance for heavy-duty creative work or advanced gaming. It's not built for 3D modeling or resource-hungry apps, but if studying, notes, and classes are your main focus, this tablet nails the essentials. For students who need something super affordable but still functional, the Raymond K50 is surprisingly capable. Despite being a budget tablet, it packs a 10-inch display, crazy 24 gigabytes of RAM, and 128 gigabytes of storage that expands up to 1 terabyte. That means you'll have plenty of room for lecture recordings, textbooks, and apps without constantly deleting files. The 6,000 mAh battery gets you close to a full day of lighter use, and with Wi-Fi 6 support, your online classes or group calls won't constantly buffer. For a device that costs less than half of premium models, that's impressive. What students liked most about this one is value. You can cover about 80% of what pricier tablets do for a fraction of the cost. The compromises? The display isn't as sharp, and the cameras are basic at best. Also, don't expect the RAM to do magic. You can't compare this cheaper RAM to the ones on more advanced tablets. If you're not planning on using it for photography or design, that won't matter much. For tight budgets, this is one of the smartest options in 2025. If you want the kind of tablet that feels like an investment, something that will last for years, the Apple iPad 11-inch with the A16 chip is hard to beat. Apple's Liquid Retina display makes textbooks, videos, and even late-night Netflix look stunning. The A16 chip ensures multitasking is buttery smooth, so you can split-screen a lecture and your Notes app without slowdown. Battery life runs all day, and 128 gigabytes of storage is plenty for most students. What stood out in testing was just how seamless the experience felt. Apps open instantly, handwriting with the Apple Pencil feels precise, and the front camera makes you look sharp on zoom. The downside, of course, is accessories. The Apple Pencil and Magic Keyboard don't come included and cost a fortune. Still, if you want a tablet that you'll never regret buying, and one that works perfectly with your iPhone or Mac, this is the one. The Lenovo Tab M11 is the sweet spot between budget and premium. It has an 11-inch Full HD display that's sharp for reading and watching videos, and it runs on the MediaTek Helio G88 processor with 4 gigabytes of RAM. That's enough for everyday tasks like browsing, assignments, and note-taking. It comes with 128 gigabytes of storage and even includes a folio case in the box, which saves you money on accessories. What impressed us most was its stylus support. While not as polished as the iPad or Samsung, it's responsive enough for drawing, annotations, or handwritten notes. Battery life is around 10 hours, which means you'll get through a full school day easily. The only downside is that if you push it with lots of apps running at once, it can lag a little. But considering the price, this is one of the best balanced options for students who want both affordability and quality. If your tablet uses more about reading, streaming, and light studying, the Amazon Fire HD 10 is a budget-friendly pick. It's got a 10-inch Full HD display that makes shows and ebooks look great, and the stereo speakers are surprisingly good for a device this cheap. It comes with 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, and expandable memory if you need more. For most students, that's enough for notes, ebooks, and apps. The octa-core processor keeps things running smoothly for lighter workloads, though you'll notice it's not built for heavy multitasking. The biggest downside is Fire OS. It doesn't come with the Google Play Store by default, which limits apps unless you're comfortable sideloading. But for students who mainly want a simple device for study and relaxation, it's a solid choice. If you like the idea of a Fire tablet but want something more capable than the HD 10, the Fire Max 11 is the better pick. Even though it is almost twice the price, it's still worth it. It has a bigger, more vivid 11-inch screen that makes everything from lecture slides to Netflix look sharper. The 14-hour battery life is a huge plus for students who spend long days on campus, since you won't be hunting for an outlet between classes. Where it really stands out is versatility. You can pair it with Amazon's optional stylus for note-taking, or even add the keyboard case if you want to type assignments on the go. With 64 gigabytes of storage, there's enough space for ebooks, class notes, and apps, and you can always expand it further with a memory card. In testing, this tablet felt like the perfect all-rounder for students who split their time between studying and entertainment. It's good for video calls, works fine for casual gaming, and is excellent for reading. The only thing to note is that, like the Fire HD 10, it runs Fire OS instead of stock Android. That means the App Store is limited unless you sideload. But if you're already in Amazon's ecosystem and want one device that can handle schoolwork and fun, the Fire Max 11 is a very smart pick. So there you have it, 5 of the best student tablets in 2025, each one excelling in a different way. If you want the best note-taking experience, the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is a top pick. And remember, we've included the latest prices in the description below, so you can grab the best deal before you buy.